Some women don't pursue. They don't run, they don't plead, they don't chase, and yet they linger. Long after they've walked away, they remain. In memory, in scent, in silence, in the quiet ache that follows a man when he realizes he was seen by someone who didn't need him to be whole. She doesn't chase, she haunts. He will try to forget her. He'll drown her name in new faces, in noise, in chaos, in distraction. But when the world grows quiet, when the laughter fades, he'll feel her presence again, not as a memory, but as a mirror. Because some women carry a depth that can't be touched, only felt, and once felt, never escaped. She wasn't always this way. Once, she too believed that love meant pursuit, that to keep something, you had to hold it tightly. She gave, and gave, and gave, until her giving became a quiet kind of disappearance. But something inside her broke, and then slowly reformed. She realized she had been chasing not love, but her own reflection in someone else's eyes. She was searching for home in someone who was still lost. That's when she stopped chasing, stopped begging, stopped proving. She began walking inward, into her own silence, her own shadows. And there, she met herself. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate." She met her unconscious. She met her fear of being forgotten, her ache to be desired, her hunger to be enough. And instead of fighting them, she embraced them. That was the beginning of her transformation. The day she realized that detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. Now she moves differently. Every step carries stillness. Every glance holds distance, not arrogance, but awareness. Men feel it instantly. They don't understand it, but they feel it like heat beneath ice. It unsettles them, because when she looks at them, they don't feel admired. They feel seen. She sees through performance, through masks, through the charming words. She sees the ego trembling behind the smile, and that terrifies them. They call her mysterious. They call her distant. But the truth is, she simply no longer trades her energy for validation. He can sense it, that she could love him deeply, but she doesn't need to. And that difference is the edge of her power. He tries to pull her closer, tries to provoke her emotion, to make her chase just once, so he can feel desired again. But she won't, because her calm is not a performance. It's her nature now. It's what happens when a woman learns that peace is more intoxicating than attention. Men never forget women like her, because they awaken something Jung called the anima, the hidden feminine buried within every man's soul. When she walks away, he doesn't lose her. He loses that forgotten part of himself she touched. That's why she haunts him. Not because she's magic, but because she was real, and he wasn't ready for real. Detachment is not rejection. It's the highest form of love without fear. It says, I can hold you close and still let you go. I can feel you deeply and still remain whole. She no longer bends to be understood. Her silence now speaks louder than her words ever did. Her stillness is not strategy. It's self-respect. In that quiet space, she becomes irresistible, not because she chases love, but because she embodies it. She doesn't need to beg or explain or prove. The right energy will recognize her. The wrong one will misunderstand her. Either way, she remains unshaken, because the woman who no longer seeks permission to exist in her fullness has already won. Even the Stoics would understand her calm. They would say, freedom begins where attachment ends. And this woman, she has found her freedom, not in running away from love, but in no longer losing herself inside it. He will think of her often, in quiet hours, in fleeting songs, in the eyes of other women. He will remember how she looked at him, without need, without fear, without grasping. And that memory will burn slowly, because she never begged to stay. She never fought to prove. She simply walked away and became unforgettable. He will call her cold. He will call her detached. But deep down, he knows, she simply saw more. She saw the game, the patterns, the illusions, and she chose peace instead. Now, when she moves through the world, It's different. Her silence carries stories. Her presence, gravity. Men feel drawn to her without knowing why. It's not her beauty that haunts them. It's her balance. The mystery of a woman who could love you deeply, but would never lose herself doing it. Because she doesn't chase. She doesn't beg. She doesn't break. She simply is. And that quiet, sacred stillness is her power. Because the woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more.